Previously on Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations.
Oh, no. Godot! That's Godot! That's Godot! That is Godot! That's Godot! It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all night last night watching. Okay. Just like Marky Post did it. A female college student, eh? So they're letting women into colleges now. That's very progressive. I'm not sure how I feel about that, though. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Wait a minute! That's, the chick from the first trial. Mia's second trial. This witness is very sensitive and delicate. The hell she is? She's a cold-blooded murderer. Hello, I'm Unca Crunk. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright and the trial of this guy, Terry Falls. Mr. Falls, I'm sorry. I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks. We're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, there's one more big obstacle we gotta get past. Obstacle? Yeah. Motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Information, right. What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Oh, okay. I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. Oh, this picture, it reminds me of everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart in a minute. So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Sorry, buddy. You sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. It's true, I did. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Excuse me? Okay, did you say Dahlia Hawthorne? Ah! Okay, first of all, she was 14 then. Hang on. She's 19. Yeah, okay, that matches. They're 25. A 20-year-old was dating a 14-year-old? Ah, throw him in jail, leave him there. Your girlfriend? Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne? The victim's last name. Dahlia Hawthorne, Valerie's little sister. But what? Are you serious? Well, I see where, that girl, let her go. Shut up, come closer, and I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but it was to protect her little sister. I can understand why she did it. Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betray us. What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything, all lies, all make-believe, kidnapping too. A make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas. I'll do anything she says, anything Dahlia says. Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too. What? Valerie was in on it? Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note, so we sent to her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective.
Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, all right? In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh?
Yeah, but that woman. That woman, Valerie, she do it for real. She shooted me for real, me and Dahlia. I shall know. Dahlia, she jump in river. Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. I woke up with police all over.
And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence.
I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. That man, Terry Fowles, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. These 5 years, all I wonder is why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know.
So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself.
Yeah, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. I just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear an answer come from her mouth. That's all. So that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that.
Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it?
Huh? Where's what?
Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it?
Oh. Huh? You don't know? No, really, I don't know. It's gone with Dahlia. With Dahlia. Well, it's all coming together now. That date on bridge. Dahlia put it in backpack. Now go on with Dahlia. Go on forever. Into Eagle River. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're about ready to go. All right, hang on a sec. So, Valerie was going to take the diamond for herself and cut these two out of it. Dahlia decided to cut everybody out of it. And Valerie threatened to expose Dahlia's complicity in all of this. So Dahlia killed her own damn sister. Damn, girl. Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Never found her. My sweet Dahlia. They never found her. Swallowed by river. Gone. Dahlia. My teen angel.
You're a teen angel? How old was she anyway?
Just 14. God. Ah! These games and their... Ah! 14? Guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds.
She plans fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth $2 million. Man, oh man. Angels these days, huh?
Falls takes the fall. And gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dolly Hawthorne an angel, or is she really
It's time, kitten. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now.
Hell, you bet. Okay.
Training wheels come off now, Mia. You gotta strike while the iron is hot. Damn, you're mixing metaphors. It's my own special blend. Metaphor number 107. Dark and bitter. It's one of my rules. Remember it.
February 16th, 1:49 p.m. District Court courtroom number 4.
Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Fowles. Witness, are you feeling better?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best, Judgy.
You're a brave young lady. I like it when you call me Judgy like that.
Oh, not this again.
I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is...
What are you talking about?
My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman?
It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Fee, do you have any evidence of a motive? Yes, of course, I think.
Ha! You're still acting as tame as kitten. Kitten.
Mr. Armando, I've told you multiple times not to call me kitten.
Listen, kitten. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
What? That came from you? Damn. Okay.
Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that, especially while calling me kitten. Excuse me. Isn't there a trial supposed to be going on right now? These two are flirting with each other so hard that I can feel the heat from over here. May I speak, Mr. Judge?
Of course, Mr. Judge, he is ready anytime you like.
I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true.
I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. Looks like this witness is real professional.
What do you mean?
Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up.
Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say. Melissa Foster's history.
I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago? Or kidnapping a poor girl? I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster.
Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile.
You bet. Somehow, I have to tie her to this case.
All right.
I was out of the country until the year before last.
So, what country were you living in then?
We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed,
It was a brutal civil war. She had to make her way back home alone.
I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification.
What kind of sob story is this? What do I do? Should I press her for details? Yes! Always press hard.
Witness, answer my question.
I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in? Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. I didn't even ask that yet. You knew you were going to, and you know it. Yes, of course I was. But still. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case.
I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Fowles or Detective Hawthorne.
Yes, I think we've established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you've just stated to the official testimony?
Yes, please, Mr. Judge. Naturally, I didn't know either the defendant or the victim.
You didn't know either person. Are you certain of that?
Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people.
Oh well, that can't be helped.
Why is he just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth?
The first time you saw either of them were when they were on the bridge, correct?
Yes, it really was a coincidence. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before.
Okay, I don't see the point, but... I mean, okay, obviously Dolly Hawthorne has been to the bridge before, but I don't see how this is going to help me.
So, what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors in the rain, in the fog, in the cold, in February, when flowers aren't even growing or anything. Picnics, hiking, in the rain, you know, that sort of thing.
You don't look much of a hiker to me, but you do look like a digger of sorts. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here, and no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to.
Well, I went there once with the college hiking club.
You just contradicted yourself.
I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold, yet romantic gloominess. Just like you, Mr. Judgy.
Are you saying that I'm gloomy?
Now, romantic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
I didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college?
The prosecution objects to any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to a crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent.
Okay, yes, my questions are malicious, but that's because she's a murderer, you gorgeous, infuriating man.
Thank you. She's really gone too far. That big boobied hussy.
Why is everybody commenting on my boobs?
Because they're just wow.
Miss Faye, you're trading on thin ice here, eh? Also, you should put those puppies away when you come to court, yeah?
They are away.
Talk about sensitive. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's...
Unfortunately, Miss Faye, your last statement proves nothing.
Oh, really? And why is that? You gloriously big...
Never mind. I'm just not even going to comment on your appearance anymore, even though I'm super happy to see you.
I've never met you before.
No, I'm talking about me.
I'm talking about me. What happened to your voice?
Never mind.
The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that, at that time, an officer showed her this photo.
Leading the witness again.
That seems like a rather serious mistake. Ha! That's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book.
That's not fair.
That wicked inmate. I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago? A grudge. Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death.
Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such a deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt.
My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean.
What was that?
Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well.
Contradiction.
What do you mean by that? Your client, he forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well.
Well, she's right about that. Mr. Fowles is kind of forgetful.
Press harder. Always press harder.
You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification.
Why, if I'd been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me.
I got you. I got you. I got you right there. That was not a white scarf.
That's true. He's clearly a bitter man.
This is bad. Mr. Fowl's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What shall I do with that last statement? Have it added to the testimony. Your Honor, what the witness just said just now is tremendously important. I'd like it added to the official testimony.
Prosecution has no objection. Then you're not as smart as you think you are. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point.
No, that's not why
Enough. Witness, if you would.
My pleasure, Mr. Judge E. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
Press. No, not press. Or maybe press. Did I already press? Yeah, press.
What do you mean by lucky? Well, it's February now. Everyone is wearing scarves. If I had accidentally worn a white scarf like he said,
then you yourself might have been killed. That would have been a terrible loss for this world. Looks like you pressed too hard this time, kitten. No, I did not, Mr. Oh.
No, I did not, Mr. Armando.
Keep looking around, and you're gonna lose sight of the finish line. Justice is blind. She's not deaf. Sometimes you have to know when not to talk. In other words, press on that.
All right, hang on.
That is not white.
Objection!
Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification.
Oh, you're talking about this scarf right here, eh?
Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing.
I've got her now. Just don't mess this up.
But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
What? White?
This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. More like a robin egg blue.
Well, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising she mistook it for white.
Objection!
Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf.
Yes, but what's the significance of that? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but
There's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is...
she is Dahlia Flippin' Hawthorne!
Witness, have you ever seen this note? Note? No, never.
It's top secret evidence. There's no reason you would have.
I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fowl's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification.
White scarf. Ah!
Witness, you knew what this note said. And it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf.
Well, Miss Foster?
No!
Order! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation, eh? I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Fowles is one. Person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. Did you say one more person? That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten? Yes, I have, and please stop calling me kitten! Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was Dahlia Hawthorne, deceased. And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There's her name right there. What's this? So, who is this person, this Dahlia Hawthorne? Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. Dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Fowles.
Objection!
You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course. People thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off the Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
Objection!
But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster, I believe that's the same age you are. You really should have faked a different age when you faked your name. Ah! Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not sane. But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist. I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now's my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm. Witness, just who are you anyway, eh? I didn't think it'd come to this. You knew! You knew, you beautiful piece of... yeah. He knew. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness.
Yes, I understand.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You mean you never thought you'd get caught? You don't mean... Yes. Prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses. What did he just say? Ha! Looks like the kid knew. I know he knew! He knew our true identity from the get-go.
No way, but then why?
If he hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't gonna say nothing about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Damn it! But I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well. But, well, as you can see. Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? Has nothing to do with the current case. The hell it doesn't! She was merely an accidental witness to a crime.
Objection!
Accidental. I don't believe that for a minute. She was invited. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder.
Objection!
Really, Miss Fay, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win.
That's what you're trying to do.
At any cost. How dare you? Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious. Her big sister. Miss Fay must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. What? I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Fay, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, I thought I was winning. Somehow he's turned it around on me. Ha! I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. Okay, is this still, Godot, or is this me? Mia. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
Objection!
I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Ha! What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. I am sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course, aren't I?
No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's all up to you.
Up to me?
The rashness of youth. How charming. This coming from someone younger than me. Now then, let's not waste any more time, Miss Fay. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, eh? How about a $2 million
diamond. What is this? Is this the defense's idea of a joke? If so, I certainly don't like get the punchline. Will, Miss Fee? Oh, that was the rashness of youth. Wait, what? The rashness of youth? And what is your point in furthering such a stereotype? Huh, that witness stayed hidden for 5 years, kitten. There must be a good reason for that. I thought it was a diamond. What the hell? What happened? And somehow, it must involve Valley Hawthorne. Okay, one more time, Mia. You gotta read the court record more carefully this time. What the actual what? The motive was the flippin' diamond. What? This is all dumb. This makes no sense. Oh! Damn it. The note. She was going to reveal the truth. Okay. Yeah, the whole truth must come out. Yeah. The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. Terry Falls, I mean. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valley Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth, eh? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently. A terrific story, Miss Fay. Yeah, if you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Fay. What was this secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valley Hawthorne. And Terry Fowles. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Oh yeah, I know this secret. Tried to present it last time instead of the damn note. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony. What? What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago. We believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia. But this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles. 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Fowles. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Fowles in the arm. That's when Mr. Fowles tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might get kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe that all after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ms. Fay?
Yes, Your Honor.
As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination.
Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again.
Ha! If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We still got that info. That Asa perceive.
What info?
Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged.
And that's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Fowles told us that in the lobby.
I do anything she says, anything Dahlia says.
What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yo, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too.
Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret.
All right, let's see. All right, let's just press. I should be able to press on everything.
Did you and Mr. Fowles have a relationship? Yes. As a tutor? You were tutoring him, Mr. Fowles? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Fowles came to the house to tutor me. That makes no damn sense. He's an idiot.
Charlie came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in the jewelry trade and are quite wealthy, you see.
Quite the clever fellow, that Mr. Fowles. Did I hear him right? Did he just call Mr. Fowles the clever fellow? The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million. $2
million?
It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk.
A $2 million pint of milk? I don't know what to think about that. The defendant demanded that her sister Valerie make the exchange. Not as a detective, but of course, but as an individual.
By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there on the mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape.
There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it'd be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety.
What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Fowles is.
Yeah, right. It was all your plan, wasn't it?
Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain and... after she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Fowles in the arm.
That was a dangerous thing to do considering you were being held hostage.
Yes, but actually that saved my life.
What do you mean?
You see, Mr. Fowles was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow, I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. That's when Mr. Fowles tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment. Well, when Mr. Fowles was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try to run away, but Mr. Fowles turned to grab me as well. And as I ran past, I locked eyes for a second. He gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin.
Bloodthirsty grin? Ooh.
And in the next instant, sploosh!
I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift.
I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. That's when these butterflies started following me around. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. All these butterflies just chasing after me. They won't leave me alone, ever, ever, ever. They even follow me onto airplanes. Then just one little shove around behind. That was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money.
And that's why you hid your identity.
Yes, I only told my sister.
Valerie Hawthorne, eh?
Yes, she's the only one who knew about me.
Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years.
I didn't ever want something like that to happen to me again. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life.
And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right?
Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of.
That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all of the paperwork would have been impossible. Wait, did Valerie actually help her hide her identity?
She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I killed her? There's no way I could. Oh, this mean big booby woman is making me feel bad. Judgy, please do something about it.
It's the moment of truth for this witness too. Once the truth about this stage kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. I've just got to prove that the kidnapping was a hoax. All right. Let's see. All right. Sure, let's try it.
Objection!
You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe.
But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls.
I am sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible.
Impossible?
I ask that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind, as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible.
Ah!
Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then.
Objection!
But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level would have made a difference. You're right. If the events occurred just as the witnesses testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this?
You see, I.
Objection!
Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge.
But what do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Fowles panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, then she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct?
Now that you mention it, I do remember now. When I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires.
You can't be serious. Order! Order in the court! It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Objection!
Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Fowles panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible.
Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it?
Guide wires are too high.
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record.
Take that!
Your Honor, all the answers are right here in this photo.
Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from here. No!
But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over.
Objection!
So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm. And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point blank range. So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge, that is clearly impossible.
Commander!
Order, order.
What is the meaning of all this?
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What? What is this?
Objection!
Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark?
Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me.
Or arrested you?
Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide.
Objection!
Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did.
Or she wanted the diamond for herself?
You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current. After all, 14-year-olds all think they're invincible. But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Objection!
Oh, and then what was it? What was so important that she'd want to jump into the river?
The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. Now I present this. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond. Nino.
No, it can't be.
Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million. She was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack.
Wait, that's simply ridiculous.
Order!
Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old.
Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
This woman is a demon!
And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Yeah, why would a rich woman, a woman from a rich family, become a beat cop? You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well?
Objection!
But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
What do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Fowles, Valerie called her sister Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do.
Planning to do?
She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Who is that, laughing at a time like this? There she is. Forgive me. It's just hilarious.
The witness? Is that you?
You amuse me, woman. Ms. Mia Fey. There. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you?
Evidence?
Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Fowles and my sister.
Well,
And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that.
Well, Miss Fay?
Oh no. What a joke. You, Ms. Fay. You stupid or something?
Damn it!
well, this is how she got out of it. How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Of course you are.
Is this it? Is it really over? The girl has made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it. Get Falls on the stand. Huh. Without evidence, the trial's over. Who decided that?
Mr. Armando.
Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
Testimony?
On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Falls' stolen car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, it's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do.
Who is the one person who can testify that demon woman's crimes? Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls. The defendant? There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. One person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Falls. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive, and you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne, or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other.
Terry.
Dahlia, it's true. It's true. You are alive.
You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad.
Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you.
I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know.
Good.
But there is one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness! Ah! Hey! I'm sorry! I apologize! Water! Please, water! Can't talk! Need water! Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself. I got a butterfly stuck in my throat. Okay, who Terry Falls saw? No, wait. Who Terry Falls saw? That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge.
She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. I watched my car from the bridge. I never put nobody in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia.
Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same thing for you?
That's enough, Miss Faye. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, that's how you want it to end, Mr. Falls. Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence.
There's only one person who can stop it. You can, I think.
Who Terry Falls saw.
That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge.
According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you?
It was raining, already dark too.
You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes? Mr. Falls?
Eagle Mountain, that spot. Strong memories.
Why did he just clam up? Could it be he's hiding something here?
She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge.
Wait a minute. You were quite early, so you waited on the bridge, correct?
Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it.
I'm sure he is.
Zebra Boy waited 5 years to ask a single question. To find out why a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been in like the blink of an eye.
Wait a minute.
I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody in that car.
All right, I'm going to keep going, but I have a question about the previous statement. You were watching from the car? I mean, you were watching the car?
That bridge, other side is broken. Nobody can come from there. So I was watching car.
What else were you expecting him to do? I suppose that's the obvious thing to do, but something's bothering me. I'm getting that feeling. Contradiction?
I wonder what's on the other side of the broken bridge anyway.
No one lives there. There's a small shrine up on the mountain, but that's it.
Anyway, nobody came, no car, no nothing. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me.
All right, hang on. I gotta do it. I gotta do it now. There is no way she wasn't there before. She was there before you got there. See?
Objection!
So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well then, I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying.
What?
Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Ms. Faye. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? The broken end. But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. The broken end. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Falls, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
I got there around 4 o'clock. It's 2. I had somewhere to go, a special place. Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, It's an old temple about 15 minutes from bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love.
A memento.
5 years ago, I hid it under the base of the tree there. Oh. That's the vial that she used to poison, what's his name, from the first trial. It's a special memory from me. This is it. This is what I went to get. Oh my God, did she poison somebody before she met you? This little bottle on the necklace is your memento? It's quite charming, but it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. No! Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it. I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Mr. Falls? Oh, crap. That's enough, please. Witness, I promised her 5 years ago, if it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle. No! Stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess. Stupid. I couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this. No, we are so close, just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence. No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again. Mr. Falls! Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee. Mr. Falls! Son of a bitch! That's who she poisoned a year. When she gave the bottle to Phoenix, that's who she put it in Armando's coffee. That's why he hates Phoenix. And so my first trial ended, suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul, I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. Unforgivable. That witch. Mr. Armando. We were so close to the truth. It's right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Don't cry, kitten. You're gonna make my coffee all salty. I knew it! I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. Ah! The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Mr. Armando! Your hand! No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories,
They always fade over time, and you file them away and eventually forget them.
One year later,
In this very same courthouse.
oh, 1 year later, in this very same court, I myself got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect, angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, and now something has happened that's made me remember all this. Turnabout Beginnings. The end. All right, let's see what the next one is. Episode 5, Bridge to the Turnabout. And the next episode, to the outro! Well then, so this is what was alluded to during the first trial of the game, Mia's second trial. We were led to believe that Dahlia had poisoned a lawyer colleague of Mia's when, in fact, she had somehow arranged the poisoning of Terry Fowles, then hid the bottle she used to administer that poison with Phoenix. I can only assume that she somehow poisoned Diego's coffee and that became the vector for Terry's death, and Diego himself somehow avoided taking a sip of the coffee himself. And Diego Armando is currently known as Godot, has become a prosecutor, has it in for Phoenix because of something to do with all of this nonsense. And I think everything in this game so far is going to come up in the next case. In the meantime, up here is a playlist of my Danganronpa Goodbye Despair playthrough, and down here is a video that YouTube recommends. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel and get videos a week early, we have channel memberships available. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!